Hello everyone. In this lesson and the next, we will learn about different kinds of visual aids and some easy ways to create and modify them using simple tools commonly found in computers. In this video, we will specifically talk about graphic organizers and learn how to create them easily in Microsoft Word, an application most of us are familiar with. Graphic organizers are visual aid tools that arrange information in a visual form, making it easily understandable to viewers. Common examples of graphic organizers are concept maps, T-charts, Venn diagrams, timelines, flowcharts, word webs, trees, etc. Graphic organizers can be a powerful teaching tool and can help convey complex information in an easy and organized way. They should be used in lesson content as well as in activities with learners where they are encouraged to create graphic organizers on their own. Incorporating graphic organizers in lesson content can be extremely beneficial, mainly due to the following reasons. They help convey complex information in an easy way. They help organize information in an efficient way. They help learners easily understand relationships between different pieces of data, thus helping them infer new information and conclusions. They help retain information for a long time. They help highlight the main points of a text and skip unnecessary writing tasks. And they keep learners engaged and interested in the lesson content. For academic authors, an easily available tool that can help create highly customizable graphic organizers is none other than Microsoft Word. So let us now take a look at how we can create graphic organizers in MS Word. Here, I am using the Microsoft Office Suite 2010. Other versions of MS Office have many similar features. However, for additional help, you may research the internet. MS Word has a lot of capabilities and is an extremely powerful word processing tool. Apart from the traditional tables that you can draw here, most of you must be aware that it has options for creating a lot of shapes, which can be accessed by going to the Insert tab and clicking on the Shapes button. However, the option I would first like to discuss today is the Smart Art option. The Smart Art option is present right next to the Shapes button in the Insert tab in MS Word. If we click on this option, a new window pops up, giving us a number of options for different kinds of graphic organizers that we may wish to use in our content. However, out of the people who actually explore this option, many are often discouraged, as many times they are unable to see graphic organizers that exactly fit the picture that they had in mind. So I would like to now show you how we can modify these smart arts to create something to our own liking. So I'm going to go to the cycle category and choose this diverging radial graphic organizer. But instead of exactly this, I want this chart to have 6 or 7 options, and I want all these outer bubbles to actually come down from the central bubble and not circle around it. So what do? We simply click on this arrow to the left of the Smart Art box that gives us a text box to enter the text. Here I can simply increase the number of points, and the graphic organizer increases the bubbles on its own. I can also rearrange the bubbles as I like, so that the outer bubbles can all come down or move to the right or whatever other way I like. I can also change the color scheme of this graphic organizer, the color of individual boxes, the font style, font size, and font color. So basically, as you can see, that the options we have in the Smart Art window have a number of different capabilities. However, each of them also has its own limitations, which you can fully be aware of only through regular use of this feature. For example, this particular type of graphic organizer cannot display more than one level of information. If I want to display that kind of information, I can choose some other layout here. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to choose this hierarchy option in the hierarchy category here. As I showed earlier, you can play around with the look of this graphic organizer quite a bit. You can change its color scheme and font as well. Along with that, This graphic organizer also has the capability to have sub-branches. For this, we simply go into its text box, and wherever we need the new level of branching, we can simply add a new level and then press Tab on the keyboard to increase its indent. This will give us a new sub-level. As you can see, the SmartArt tool can help us create some pretty amazing stuff for our lessons. You can also use shapes of different kinds available here, along with text boxes to create your own unique graphic organizers should you feel the need to do so. Sometimes you may have created a graphic organizer using these shapes and text boxes, but you may now need to move, cut or copy it as one big image. In such cases, the group option can prove useful. For example, this is a graphic organizer that I created for your last week's Bloom's Taxonomy lesson. For animation purposes, I used a lot of individual shapes and text boxes to create this. So, if I now wish to move this as a whole, it might be hard as each individual component is going to move separately. So what I can do here is first select all these components by pressing the Control button on my keyboard and selecting them one by one, or by dragging a selection box around them all, and then I can right-click and select Group. So now you can see that the whole chart is now one big entity and I can move, cut or copy it in one go. So that was a brief look at how we can use MS Word to create different types of graphic organizers. The additional resources page this week also has a link to a free online tool for creating graphic organizers called Creately. You can explore it and use it if you like. To learn more on today's topic, explore the additional resources given near the end of this week's module. You can also use the internet to research more on the topic and should consider posting any good web links that you find to the week's general discussion forum. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lesson.